No choice. Here comes the smolder.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode 20, because my count has been off. Welcome back to episode 20 of the podcast. Look, once you hit so many, it's like, wow, I've just really lost count at this point.
Well, the fact we've made it this far without missing one is, I'm like, pat us on the back.
Right?
A lot of podcasts don't make it this far.
I know, this is great. It's been great. As a side to that, we will miss next week because I am on vacation.
But there's an excuse.
Yes, I will not be near a computer. So I won't be near a computer. So no episode next week. But there will be one the following week. So get yourself ready, because I'm going to be ready to talk all the Disney Speedstorm. I'm very excited.
I am so excited. I'm playing it right on Tuesday. I'm stoked.
I'll be on an airplane, and so I don't know if I'm going to have it, because I'm still debating if I want it on my PC or if I want it on my Switch. I think, honestly, I want it to be a really good game, but I think I'm going to wait a day to buy it because I want to see if it's good.
That's fair.
It's expensive. It's a heavily priced game.
It is. Especially if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, I was not doing that. Kudos
Who would do
to
that?
you.
Problem.
The skins are cool, but I'm like, I can't.
I must have it all.
I mean, it's a write-off, right? It's for your stream business.
See? That's my excuse for everything.
That's how
now
I
we got to
do
take a Disney trip, and I'll be like, it's a write-off. It's fine.
Turn anything into a business trip. You try hard enough.
Yeah.
I've got my work laptop with me. It's fine. Today's episode is really just going to be an update episode. And I say that in very nonchalant, but the amount of updates, if you guys are looking at the video, like, I've got 2 pages all filled up. Cozy's got a notebook full filled up. There was a lot that's happened over the last week. A lot of announcements have happened, especially the Star Wars celebration was this week. And so a lot of Star Wars news coming out last week, end of last week. It's a lot of Star Wars news coming out, which is big. We're coming up on Star Wars days. Lorcana TCG stuff leaked.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a lot. So we wanted to take today to really just outline some of the major changes that are happening, the announcements that they've made, what's going on. And then we'll be back into probably a lot of gaming the next episode, a lot of Disney Speedstorm and whatever other updates have happened.
Speaking of Speedstorm, you saw, I texted you today. Figment is going to be a playable character in Disney Speedstorm, which I know a lot of people are probably going to love.
I'm not shocked, because this is their way to get more people to buy the game, especially if Figment is only unlockable via certain tiers. Because Figment's not a playable character in any other Disney video game at all.
Is he even in any other Disney video game?
I'm really, really stretching to try to remember if he was in the old Disney game that you could play years and years ago, but I don't think he was. I think other than just having, like, Disney Dreamlight Valley has the topiary Figment, there might be some of that, like you can play a video game and he's in it somewhere like that. I don't think he's ever been a character. So to have him as a playable character is cool and very smart on Disney's part.
Very smart.
Great job, marketing team.
They know how to do it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. The other characters that are in there look way cooler to me than Figment.
True.
But I'm excited. The characters look really cool.
What one looks like it'll be like one of your top ones?
I don't know, because I haven't dived too deep into the different tiers am buying because I really don't want to spend that much money on the game. So I don't want to get myself attached to one and then be
Mhm.
like, I'm not buying that tier and then not get it. So I don't
That's
know yet.
fair. Jack Sparrow looks legit. He looks so cool. He looks so cool.
I love that he's in the game.
Yeah.
It's another character you don't usually see in a game that isn't pirates related. So it's really awesome to see them pulling different characters from a lot of different things.
Yeah. Did you ever play Disney Infinity?
That was the one I was trying to remember. I knew he was one in that.
Yeah. I loved him. He was so cute in that. He did the whole run too.
I liked that game a little bit. Not a lot. I was more into like I would rather play like Lego Star Wars or Lego Marvel stuff.
That's fair.
Those were better to me at that time.
That's fair. Fine. No, I just remember I was sick, and so I stayed home from school, and like I played that all day.
That's hilarious. Speaking of video games, to stick on the trend, did you see the Disney Dreamlight Valley player milestone goals that they've announced?
I did.
So they have and I took screenshots because I knew I wasn't going to be able to remember everything on this one. So they have milestone goals as a community. So if number of players as a whole do this or put this number of things down, there's going to be player base wide rewards provided. So for example, if once you place 300,000 park balloons, there's going to be a milestone goal reached, which gives you an achievement, and then there will also be rewards that will be unlocked. 350,000 trash cans placed. Disney's really big on their trash cans. There was a whole thing about how they did a study to see how long somebody would hold a piece of trash before dropping it. And so that's it's a weird number of feet or steps. In every Disney park, you will only go that many feet or steps before finding another trash can because that was their study for it.
That.
So big on trash cans. 400,000 topiaries placed. 450,000 Disney Park Dream Styles unlocked, which that should be the character costumes, I believe. So Goofy and Donald. And then 600,000 Disney Park attractions placed. And these are from the Star Path. So the attractions are in the Star Path. The character outfits are in the Star Path, balloons, topiaries, etc. So it's a push to do more of the Star Path, but also community-wide goals like that are really fun. Because it's not just, okay, you place 20 and you get a reward. It's everybody as a whole coming together to make basically an amusement park area somewhere on the map. I wish they would have given us more space, but it is what it is.
I bet.
I want it now to be able to put this stuff in.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that's really cool. Also, you can have a free magical recycler by using code DreamlightPark. So if you go into the game and you input into the special code area where you did like the golden potato code, you input DreamlightPark, DreamLightPark. You will receive a free magical recycler.
There you go.
In addition, if you share images of your park area on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter using the hashtags #DreamlightPark or #Disney Dreamlight Valley, you will be entered for a chance to win a $500 US Shop Disney gift card.
Oh.
And that is live until May 31st.
I needed that Shop Disney gift card like a week ago.
It's okay. If you win it, you can give it to me. I'll use it.
Oh no, I can find more stuff. I actually have the box. It just got here today. My Shop Disney box. It's right over there, and I haven't opened it yet.
You have it. You have more willpower than I do.
Yep.
Those get opened immediately.
It's staring at me right now.
This is a great segue. Lion King merch. There is special Lion King merch available on Shop Disney right now. So there's really cute ears. And I say this knowing that Disney puts out very basic ears, right? It's like it's either an all over fabric pattern or it's like a standard sequin color. These ears that they have on the Lion King stuff on their website right now actually look like ears that I would have bought off Etsy.
Yeah. They're really
look
nice.
really cute. So I am happy that they're stepping up the ear game. But if you're a big Lion King fan, there's a really cute Spirit jersey that I've got my eye on that they have up there.
I want to get that for my
Ears.
mom.
It's a really nice Spirit jersey.
It's so nice.
The colors are great on it. It's like a sun radiant, like when you have Circle of Life starting and you've got the sunrise in the movie. It looks like those colors. It's fantastic. So that is on the website right now, and y'all should go check it out if you haven't already because it's fantastic.
It's so beautiful. Okay. Where do we go first? There's so much. I found one thing about the cruise line.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only new thing with them. So you know, like the Disney Magic Bands,
Yeah,
Disney World. We didn't have them in California when I went, but I think they're there now.
They're there now. Yeah.
Anyways, they're doing like a Disney Band Plus going to the cruise line.
Thank God.
So what do you do with those? Like I heard that you can like pay for stuff with them. You just boop.
Yeah.
See that's dangerous.
Yep.
Have you done that?
Yes. I do it every time I go to Disney because it's connecting your credit card to the Magic Band. And so then instead of me having to fumble around and get my credit card or debit card out every time I want to buy something, I just tap my Magic Band on there and it purchases it. You still get receipts. So like I keep track of money via receipts. Also really fun at the end of the trip. When you check out of your hotel room, they give you a line item receipt of everything you've purchased using your Magic Band, and then it gives you the total amount that you've spent. And somehow that is always worse than in the moment knowing, hey, I'm paying $50 for this set of pins right now, and like I'm happy about it. I know I'm good for it. Like I'm going about my day, and then at the end of my week-long trip, it's like you've spent X number of dollars via your Magic Band.
And you
need you to tell me that.
You have a mile-long receipt.
Yeah. No, so the Magic Bands, they're amazing. I love Magic Bands. It's your park ticket, so you don't have to. It's the only thing that makes me sad is I like paper park tickets for souvenir purposes and for like scrapbooks. But I feel like I get a different Magic Band every time I go to the parks. So every single Magic Band really turns into a souvenir one. I think we have like for Trey and I think we have 6 Magic Bands across 3 trips. And that's for a couple of reasons. Either they used to send them to you free every time you booked a stay at the hotels for the parks. And then they didn't. And so then we had to buy new ones when we got there because they had upgraded them and they weren't sending them to you for free anymore. So like we've just accumulated Magic Bands. But so they're your park tickets. They're how you get into your rooms. If you're staying on property, you just put your Magic Band up to the door and it unlocks your door for you. You can connect your card so that you can make your payments through there. They're your Fast Pass, Genie Plus, whatever. They get you into the Fast Pass line. What else? Some of the new stuff they've added with like the Magic Band Plus is when you pass by certain rides or like the statues they had out for the 50th anniversary, your Magic Band would activate the statue or the ride and it would say something special. So like you'd walk past Stitch and like Stitch's statue was I think up on a wall in Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom, I believe. And when you walked past it, he would like make noises and say things to you based on it activating off your Magic Band.
That's so cool.
They're awesome. And it's been one of those ones where I'm like, sucks that Disneyland hasn't had them for so long. But I'm happy that they are quickly expanding it to Disneyland and the cruise lines because it makes sense. They go hand in hand.
It's so easy. And honestly, people will probably spend more money.
Yeah.
Because it's just beep. Oh.
Yes.
Danger. But I love it.
Will Robbins. It's great. I love magic bands. So I'm very glad that they're doing it. I did see that they're adding them to the cruise lines. I was like, yay.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Something else they're adding that's awesome. And so I thought this was Magic Kingdom only, but looking into it, you can do it at a couple different locations at Magic Kingdom. You can do it in Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. Is a photography session. It's called Capture Your Moment. It's a 20-minute photo session. You get to the parks and you sign in, and a photographer comes and gets you. It's good for up to 8 guests, so you and 7 other people. And they take you to various points in the park, and they will do professional photography for you for 20 minutes.
I love
The
that.
photos, the cost of like buying and printing the photos is not included in the cost of the session. But if you have Memory Maker, which basically everybody who takes a trip ends up doing Memory Maker, or they have it included in their tickets or annual passes, you can download your photos off Memory Maker. They're free. And so what I would always do is have Memory Maker download my photos, and then I would print them via whatever system I want to print them, Walmart, Shutterfly, whatever I want to do. So it's honestly, the cost is insane for what this is. It's $99 for a 20-minute photo session, and they take photos of you and your guests. So like you and your family can go and take photos in Magic Kingdom, in Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, wherever you've booked your session for, and then download and print out the photos. It's one of those things where like Trey and I have photos in Magic Kingdom because we got married down in Disney, and we booked a photography session in the park before it opened. So we have wedding photos of us at Magic Kingdom. And now they're offering this. We can also have professional photos done of us with Aiden in the same spots we took our wedding photos almost 10 years ago at this point. So like, that's such a cool, like that is worth the $99 for me. And they're flat out about, they're like, if you want more time, book 2 back-to-back sessions. So if you want a 40-minute session instead, about $200, you get a 40-minute session with however many photos they take in 2 locations, wherever you need them to be in the same park. So this is really cool. I was really excited when I read about this. The cost is so worth it to me.
Oh, yeah.
Their only caveats, you're not allowed to be in wedding attire, and that's because when you do like wedding stuff down there, they have separately booked wedding photo sessions.
Right.
And then no clothing that drags on the ground. So they don't want like long prom dresses, capes, things like that.
That's so cool. I would do that 100%.
I'm definitely looking into it for when we take our trip. It's so neat. I'm just picturing, I have like 2 photos from our wedding sessions that are my favorite. One by the castle and one by the teacups in Magic Kingdom back in Fantasyland. And I'm like, we can literally set up the exact same shot and just have Aiden in the middle of us. And like, I'm so excited.
You're going to cry.
Immediately. Waterproof makeup it is.
I love that. Yeah, I didn't even see that one. But season pass, Disneyland just yesterday, I believe, opened up all Magic Key passes for purchase. And
Did you see that they're already sold out again?
Yeah. I was tempted, but the blackout days for like the cheaper ones, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
That won't work.
What was it? One of the passes, it's like $700 per person, but the blackout dates, every single weekend's blacked out. The entirety of June and July are blacked out. I think most of August was as well. Almost the entirety of November and December are blacked out because Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. I think spring break was blacked out for like March and April. So I'm paying $700, but when am I going?
Yeah, never. Well, and I'm flying out, so I'll obviously be there over a weekend or some of the weekend, and I can't even go.
Right.
Yeah, so I passed. But the queue to like get in was crazy.
I bet.
It was crazy.
Look, if you're and I've said this for Florida too. If you are a Florida or a California resident, those easy grab ones, those really cheap ones, I wouldn't want to go on the weekend if I live there. It would be like a, hey, I get off work, we're going tonight, or I took the day off and we're going today to do it. Those are quick and easy. Like that's completely worth $700 a person to me.
Oh
So
yeah.
it was probably like all local residents, if they didn't already have one, getting in to go ahead and buy them because this is the first time they've been back on sale in what, pre-COVID?
Yeah. It's funny the mixed reviews though on like social media. It's like some people are like, "Thank you, I've been waiting forever," and then other people are like, "Now the parks are already too busy." So it's like you have both sides.
It's
funny.
to me, annual passes, I don't feel like super increase your park attendance all that much. Like depending on where somebody is, it's if it is increasing it greatly, it's because locals are going to go more. It's not like a family from Minnesota is going to pack up and go 10 times a year now, whereas they were only able to do one time a year before.
Right.
Could they? Sure, but it's not going to be like every single family doing that.
That's fair.
Speaking of annual passes, Disney World is also opening their sales for their annual passes again. They officially open on April 20th for, I believe it's their 4 passes as well. For Disney Vacation Club members, if you are a DVC member, you have special sales for the Sorcerer Pass starting tomorrow, April 13th. So that will be on sale for a full week before Disney World gets, like everybody else gets the normal access. Now the Sorcerer Pass is the same as, what was it, the Enchant Pass that we were talking about for Disneyland, where it's like $600, but there's massive blackout dates.
That's tough.
So like DVC is cool. Y'all are probably already going all the time anyway. If you guys are going during the weekday, find something else to do on the weekend. You'll probably be good to go. Don't go over holidays. You can make it work. I feel like it's much easier to do a blackout pass like that at Disney World as opposed to Disneyland, because it's not always all parks are blacked out. It might only be Magic Kingdom that's blacked out for certain dates. Also, there's things that I can do in Orlando on the weekend that don't make me want to like bang my head against a wall. Because Anaheim traffic on the weekend, I don't want to touch. And I'm not going to LA on the weekend. So
Yeah,
I can find other things to do in Orlando.
that's fair.
I'm so glad that they're selling their annual passes again. Good for them.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Good for them.
Oh, wait.
We have a closing date
Oh, yeah, we do.
for Disneyland Splash Mountain.
May 30th?
Last day to rides May 30th, officially closes May 31st.
Okay.
So your last day to get on Disneyland Splash Mountain is going to be May 30th. Which, wasn't that the rumored close date for a while and just like nobody had confirmed it yet?
I thought the rumored one was May 16th or something.
I know it was something weird. It was definitely May because I remember looking.
Yeah.
I just don't remember. I don't remember when all the weirdos said it was, but
And then everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, panic."
right.
Book
Well,
your
now
Disney
you all can
trip.
go back to panicking. Go ahead and book your Disney trip sometime in the next month and a half to Disneyland. Which, by the way, Splash Mountain is staying Splash Mountain in, is it Tokyo that has it? Whichever international park has it, they don't have plans currently to redo it.
So just go to Tokyo.
Yeah, so if y'all really want to ride Splash Mountain still, and you don't want to get on the Disney Minecraft server like I do, and I want to ride Splash Mountain, there's a Disney Minecraft server, by the way. It's fantastic. Just go to whatever international park has it and ride it. GG's.
I saw a TikTok
Easy.
actually on Tokyo Disneyland, and it's like $73 a ticket, and they got like
European stuff's so expensive, or so
have
expensive.
So many rides that aren't over here. Like this Beauty and the Beast one I saw. It's like, oh my gosh, I would love to go on that.
Do you know that I designed that exact Beauty and the Beast ride when I was 13 years old?
You said that the last time I mentioned it.
Yep. It's fine. I showed it to too many people. I'm sure people already had the idea, and I'm just feeling upset about it. But I designed that ride when I was 13 years old. Thank you, Disney. Credit where credit's due. Go ahead and let me ride that. Yeah, they
The international parks are really inexpensive, which is great because then the only cost you have to worry about is getting there.
Mm.
Because for people like us in the US and Canada, that's a bit of a cost to go international like that. Whereas I love watching there's most of the Disney vloggers I watch are British for whatever reason that is. It's not like
Love
by
the
means of
British.
picking. Those are just the vlogs that I watch. I think it's because I like travel day vlogs so much and they have a travel day. Holy cow. Um anyway, their vlogs, they like go over to Disneyland Paris all the time because it's a train ride.
Oh,
It's
right.
a train ride and they're in Paris. And they're like, all right, we're going to Disneyland for the weekend and we'll be back on Monday normal time.
You're like, wow, I wish I could just take a train.
Yeah.
But I have to take a full-blown airplane.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Okay, so Universal Orlando. Is Universal part of Disney?
Nope.
Oh, it's not. I was like, someone was tweeting about Poseidon's Fury is gonna close.
Yeah, all of them were tweeting about Poseidon getting closed.
I didn't know what that was. Have you been on that?
Nope.
Oh, well.
I know it though.
For those who like Universal, that's a little bit of news there. Making way for new experiences. That's always an exciting thing. Did you see the trailer for the Marvels?
I did.
It looks good. It looks interesting to me.
So that was my exact wording. I watched it and I turned to Trey and I was like, well, that one looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be one. My husband hasn't super been into the Marvel continuation. He loved the entire Thanos storyline. And so once Thanos was done, that was kind of it for him.
He's a Thanos stan.
He loves Thanos.
What is it about him?
That he was right.
Okay.
That we could get rid of half the world population and be perfectly fine.
Gosh.
No, so he's kind of out on some of the Marvel stuff. So if there's a Marvel, like Doctor Strange, I went and saw in theaters by myself. I took a mommy date and I went and I watched that by myself. It was great. I had the popcorn all to myself. I got to put as much butter and salt on it as I wanted to. Fantastic.
Love that for you.
Yes. So I will probably do the same thing and go see this on my own one day. I love the I'm gonna forget her name and I'm gonna mess it up. And it's something Khan, the new Miss Marvel. I loved her series on Disney Plus. That was one of my favorite series. So I watched like She-Hulk, I watched Miss Marvel, and I tried to watch Moon Knight. Couldn't even finish Moon Knight. She-Hulk was decent, but I loved Miss Marvel. I thought it was very, very good, and I wanted more of it. So I'm really excited to see her in a movie because I want to see more about her and more about her character. I also like Monica a lot from she's been trickled in a few things, but I really liked her in WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see more of her character. I'm just not really a Captain Marvel fan. I didn't really like her movie. I don't like her storyline in the Avengers series. So I'm hoping that it'll be a good enough movie to keep me interested with her in it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would be interesting. Was there any other trailers that came out? I still love the Elemental trailer.
That one's a really cute trailer.
I'm so excited for that movie. It looks adorable.
I think there was another teaser trailer for Peter Pan and Wendy, which comes out on the 28th of April.
On Disney Plus.
Again, it looks good. I am excited to see if they give you more information about Peter Pan and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's just like, the normal, just a flat retelling of the same thing in live action form. I'm really bitter over the Moana thing still.
They're good at doing that, so.
Something that I thought was really cool, and I will probably take advantage of this. Return of the Jedi, they're going to have in select theaters starting April 28th. Same day as Peter Pan and Wendy. I had to look. I seeing those movies, like seeing the originals in theaters, my dad got to do that. They were my dad's favorite movies growing up. And so it's always been something where he's like, man, you really missed out seeing that not in like the theaters. It's a fantastic series to see in theaters. So I'm like, I really want to take advantage of it. So I'm trying to see if they have any in our theaters near us, but nobody's popped up dates yet.
Mm.
But it looks really good. I would love to see that in theaters. Since we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's so much Star Wars stuff.
Yes. So this is really, really interesting to me because I'm not like a massive Star Wars geek. Like I'm not gonna babble on about the lore and the backstory for things because I don't know a lot of it.
You don't like the lore?
But I love lore. Lore is my favorite thing. Favorite thing ever. So they've broken up. Sorry, I keep messing with my mic. My bad. They've broken up the Star Wars series into various segments. And some of these are newly named. So there's the Old Republic, which is the beginning of the Star Wars eras that they have so far. If anybody has played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, that is the same era. What's really interesting about this is that Disney doesn't talk about that era at all. There's no movies. There's no TV shows. It's just the video game. And the game has so much backstory, really interesting characters, a ton of lore. It's a really good game. I love it. I love playing that game. They've announced a movie in that era. So like Disney's like recognizing that it's a thing and they're doing a movie within that time frame. There's no details about the movie yet, but the directors are all very well-known directors. So that will be really exciting.
And isn't Daisy Ridley in that one?
No, different one.
Different one.
Yes. So this is so Rey, so this is spanning like hundreds of years, if not thousands of years.
Oh, crazy.
So Rey is in the latest era, which is called Rise of the First Order. That starts with The Force Awakens and goes through that trilogy. What they announced is that she's coming back in another movie about bringing up the new Jedi Order.
Right.
And it's supposed to be set about 15, I think they said 15 years after the end of
the sequel trilogy, the last.
Yeah. So that one, we're over here on new stuff. Knights of the Old Republic is like BC,
Back.
Christ hasn't been born yet kind of thing. Like
Okay.
there's
Fair.
distance. So following the Old Republic is an era called the High Republic, which is where a lot of the books are in. And Disney's teased that they will be doing a show based around the High Republic era as well.
Oh.
Next is Fall of the Jedi, which is the prequels. So going from baby Anakin up to mean Anakin.
Mean Anakin?
Mean Anakin. Rise of the Empire is between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope. So that follows like Star Wars Andor, the Obi-Wan trilogy. No, the Obi-Wan show. Sorry. Following that is Age of Rebellion, which is the original trilogy series that we all know. Next is the New Republic, which is like Mandalorian time frame. There's going to be another movie within this New Republic era. They've also announced. And then it's the Rise of the First Order with the sequel trilogy. And then the new movie with Rey. So 3 new movies announced in beginning, middle, and end of these various eras. A TV show teased. I'm really excited.
Is that the Ahsoka series?
No, it's
That's
not
a
the
different
Ahsoka
one.
series, but that comes out. The Ahsoka series should be in the Rise of the Empire era because I think it follows the same timing of like Obi-Wan. That's coming. What is that? Disney Plus next month? This month?
I think it might actually be the end of this month.
Ahsoka. Ooh,
Oh, no, August.
August. That's why they announced it this year,
August.
which will be also very good because she is a fantastic Star Wars character.
She is. Speaking of Star Wars, but not movies, what I am really excited for is Star Tours getting an update.
Yeah.
That
I have
is
been waiting for
so
this.
exciting. And all parks too. All 3 parks that have Star Tours, they're all getting an update with new destinations in them. And there'll
New
be
characters, new places.
Yeah. 2024. I'm like, oh, that ride is so good. But if you get the same one over and over, it's like, okay, like,
Yeah.
come on, give me something new.
They did an update. They did an update like 6 or 7 years ago, I think, with some of the sequel trilogy. So like Force Awakens and things.
Mm.
And it added more variety, but this is just going to continue to add more, and it'll be really good for them, because once you've ridden Star Tours so many times, it's really one of those ones where it's like, it's a 10-minute wait. We can go on it.
Yeah.
And then if you're doing other things, like there's no, I say that I love Star Tours. I will
Me
always
too.
ride Star Tours.
Yep.
I don't care if I get the same one over and over and over again. Star Tours is fun. But I know there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to write it because it's the same thing. So yay, refresh.
Yeah, that's super. I saw that and I got so stoked. I was like, yes. I love it.
Updates. They teased there's going to be dozens of new animatronics in the Tiana's Bayou ride, including like a giant Mama Odie animatronic, which makes me think of the animatronic in the Avatar ride, not Flight of Passage, the Navi River Journey. There is a huge animatronic in it, and it is the coolest thing ever. So I feel like Mama Odie is going to be along the same line. I'm always excited when there's new animatronics, especially with the new technology they have with some of these animatronics that we've seen in first Frozen Ever After with some of the face projections, but then also going into the international parks where they have the Frozen world opening up and they have amazing animatronics. Like,
So
okay,
cool.
cool. Spice it up a little bit. Bring some over here. Let us see. So this will be really awesome to see all the new animatronics that they bring in.
Yeah, well, and the awesome part too with that is Mama Odie, the original voice for Mama Odie, will be voicing in the ride. So I was like, yes, because it's just like
great.
such a distinct voice, and nobody else could get it right. So that's pretty
Facts.
exciting.
Disney California Adventure, they're getting a Captain America musical.
Yes, Rogers
Rogers
the musical.
I don't know. Would you go see it?
I'd probably go see it once, just because I want to. Although it's a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
I probably would if we're all hot, my kids just need a break. I'd probably go watch it. Just hang out, give it a watch. I mean, they said that it's telling the story of Steve Rogers, and there's going to be Peggy Carter, Nick Fury, and then select Avengers. So you'll be able to see some different Avengers too.
The only thing I can think of every time I see this, so in Hawkeye, basically the opening episode, Clint and his family are in New York watching an Avengers play on Broadway. And it's them running around and singing and being super excited about the attack on New York. And like Clint, so in the show, he like has flashbacks and he's like, obviously this is a horrible experience, blah, blah, blah. But how stupid they portray the musical in that show. That's all I can think of. And I have almost no desire to see this. I'm in the bucket of like, I will see it once to say that I've done it.
Yeah.
And to give like an accurate review. But it would be like we're not doing anything else and this is playing. All right, let's go see it while we're here. I'm not planning a day around it.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh no, I went to Disneyland and I didn't see Rogers the musical. Oh no.
Dang it.
I gotta plan another trip now.
Darn, I say.
Oh, Epcot, the Garden Grill in Epcot is reopening for breakfast starting June 14th. Their breakfast has actually been decently rated. I am notoriously hateful of Disney breakfast.
Yeah, that's what you've said.
It's so subpar. But this isn't like a character dining. Well, I mean, Garden Grill does have character dining. Their food is just better. But it's really cool because the Garden Grill, if you guys haven't seen it, the entire restaurant rotates. So you get in your booth, and as you're eating, it moves really, really slowly.
Oh,
And it like
right.
takes you through the Living with the Land ride. Like you get to see parts of it. It's a really cool experience.
It would
Um,
be.
And so they haven't had breakfast since COVID. So they're bringing their breakfast back, which is great because it opens up a lot more dining options for if you don't like their lunch or dinner menu, because their lunch and dinner menu has not been good post COVID.
Mm,
So hopefully the breakfast will be, and maybe the lunch and dinner will be better later.
that's fair. Oh, did you see Disney Harmony in Color? It's a daytime parade
I was gonna say it's a new parade.
in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I guess there was a preview on April 10th, but it's gonna start April 15th. I think daytime parades are fun. I like nighttime ones though, with all the lights. But there's not a lot of them, I feel like, anymore.
I'm not a parade person.
Oh, I love
Um,
parades.
I've always really loved the electrical parade in Magic Kingdom, the Main Street Electrical Parade. That one's been awesome. I never got to see Paint the Night in person, but I've seen videos. It's fantastic.
It's so good.
So nighttime parades are fun, but I feel like they're more difficult for kids to see. Like I think kids would like the nighttime ones because they're bright, sparkly, cool, but you don't get to see the cool things on the parade floats that you do during the daytime parades. Some of the daytime parades are so intricate and they look so good, and you get so much interaction with the face characters, like Flynn swinging on a hammer thing on his parade float, like he like cracks jokes and makes faces with everybody and it's a really cool interaction. You can't see that level of detail at night. Like they'd never have him up on that at night. It would just be like, ooh, glowy, wave your arms so that you kind of look like you're Tinkerbell on top of a dragon thing. Like
How do they do that?
I'm
Okay,
landing
yeah,
a
yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
Bring it this way. No, go that way. No.
Very good.
So I think they both have their merits. I'm never gonna plan a day around a parade.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. Parades are fun though, especially if you need like a little break. Like, let me find a good bench, eat some popcorn.
Maybe I'm just bitter because it's Orlando sun. I don't want to sit outside on the concrete with 30,000 people surrounding me.
Not your
watch
idea of a good time. What do you mean?
Hard pass. Now will I go sit down in Carousel Progress where it's AC and possibly take a nap while that ride's happening? Yep. I'll do that. I like Carousel Progress, so I would never nap during it. But I do like it for AC reasons. So I would rather do that than watch a parade, honestly. Some parades are really cool. Like I said, like Main Street Electrical Parade is like one of my favorites ever.
Yeah, Paint the Night Parade is my favorite ever. It's so good. The music,
Okay.
I can't. At Epcot, the first harmonious barge was removed from World Showcase Lagoon at Epcot.
Oh, did they not remove all of them yet?
They might have, but I was looking through and it said the first one was removed this past week, like within the week.
Thank God.
Where is that? And what was it?
So Harmonious was the nighttime show at Epcot. So Epcot, if you picture it, you've got the giant golf ball behind you, and you're looking out, and you have countries that go all the way around a lake. So as you're standing there, you're like, it's like at the entry point, and then you have Canada going to your right. You have Mexico at your left, and you pick whichever way you want to walk, and you walk around it. In the past, that lake has been totally empty, and you can just like look through the lake. They used to have, I don't know if they still do because of the barges, but they used to have boats you could take from one side of the lake to the other. because it is a bit of a hike. With Harmonious, so what they used to do for the Epcot shows pre-Harmonious was starting at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, they would start floating in firework barges. And so the fireworks show would be on the lake, and you'd watch from all around the Epcot World Showcase, which is one of the coolest firework concepts ever because you have tons of space, great views. Like, you can't miss an Epcot fireworks show.
Oh.
Beautiful views from everywhere
Mhm.
because everything's in front of you.
Right.
With Harmonious, for whatever reason, they decided that they were going to leave the barges in the middle of the lake forever. So, like, instead of walking into the park and you just get like this gorgeous lake view and you can see across the way to to Morocco or Japan,
There's a barge.
you've got giant barges in the way.
Ew. Who thought that was a good idea?
I don't know, but it was awful. So with the new fireworks shows that are coming, I think what they've decided is they're removing all of the barges and they're going to go back to like doing whatever they were, which is great
That is
because
great.
the lake was really pretty.
Yeah, the stinking barge in the way. That's kind of lame. I wish we had drones here, though.
The drones in the fireworks shows look so freaking cool.
It looks amazing. I see clips of them. I'm like, oh, I need to go just to see the drone show. Because that's so cool.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about doing international trips, and we know we're going to do an international Disney trip at some point. It's just a toss-up at this point of whether we're going to either Tokyo or Paris. Those are the two that I would just really want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And I like just seeing the cool stuff they have. I'm just like, the drones fireworks shows. Can you please bring them here? Because then I'm not going to be sitting here going, all right, let's go just to see the drones.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I think I want to go to Paris.
I'm so torn because Tokyo Disney has an immense amount of stuff.
They got Frozen Land or whatever. It's Arendelle.
Yeah.
Don't they have a new, aren't they going to have a new like Tangled Rapunzel thing too?
I don't know. I've
Pretty
lost
sure.
track of all the updates per the individual parks at this point.
Oh.
It looks like it's more, it looks like it's a much wider park with more things to do than Disneyland Paris. But Disneyland Paris, now to be fair, I haven't looked a ton into Tokyo. I've watched a ton of vlogs for Disneyland Paris, and they are very English native speaker friendly. And I know I've heard that a lot of the international parks are, but Paris seems to be very, very friendly towards English speakers. Most French people speak some amount of English, and so it's easier to get your way through that. Tokyo, I would be so nervous. Like,
I don't know what you're saying.
It'd be really rough.
Yeah, that's
what I want to see the park.
That's one thing that I would be nervous about. Even I was like, I don't know if I'd want to go to Paris because I feel like, what if I don't know what anyone's saying?
Did you take a foreign language in like high school at all?
Nope. We
Really?
had to take French in like elementary school, and then I stopped.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I took Spanish, and while it's not like obviously identical to French, enough Spanish is similar enough with like Latin and Greek words that I can make my way through.
Yeah.
Some French.
No,
but you throw me into Japanese, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. I know nothing. Bonjour. Anyways.
Sortie is exit. Sortie. Thanks, Adam Hatton.
In French?
I know that strictly from a blog. Yep.
Go blog.
All I know.
Hey, you know what? You learned something new from that blog.
I did. I thought this was interesting. Sprinkles closed in downtown Disney. It was a really popular cupcake place.
Oh.
So they've closed it down. They're going to be putting Paseo and Centrico, which is a Mexican restaurant there instead, which seems very on par for the area. Mexican food, is that the right word for it? I mean, they're calling it Mexican food, so I feel like I'm not being improper by calling it Mexican food. But like Mexican food is very popular in that area. A lot of the Disneyland and Disney California Adventure parks have Mexican style snacks, and dinners, because that's what you see a lot in that area. Like, we don't have a lot of that, if any at all, in Disneyland or in Disney World, unless you're in the Mexico Pavilion. So I'm
Mm.
very jealous of some of the snacks that y'all have over in Disneyland. But that seems like more on par. I guess I was shocked that Sprinkles itself closed, because it was always popular in like Disney Springs. I say that. I think it's actually closed in Disney Springs too. I'm gonna have to look.
Wah, wah.
At least we have Gideon's though. See, Gideon's trumps everything. So like Sprinkles was never even on my mind when I was in downtown Disney, because it was like, oh, I have Gideon's.
I need to try all these places.
So freaking good.
One little tidbit that I found that it's more related to the company. Asad Ayaz, I don't know if I said that right, but he was named the first ever chief brand officer of the Walt Disney Company. So they've never had a chief brand officer before.
Brand new CBO.
So that's I think that's exciting. He's in charge of, they've put him, he's going to oversee the Disney 100 campaign celebration. Mm-hmm. So I think it's cool that they have someone, like one guy.
I'm honestly shocked they didn't have one before.
I am too. It's like
I guess it just all fell to marketing before.
That's kind of an important job.
Yeah. Especially with how many major anniversaries have already happened, are coming up. Like, that feels like, good for them making the change now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess
he got the job and didn't like lose it like 7,000 other people.
Yeah. Oh, too soon.
Too soon.
So yeah, I thought that was fun.
Fingers crossed. Good luck to him.
Yeah.
I am still gunning for Josh tomorrow as CEO. So hopefully we don't have a new CBO coming up soon.
Mm.
Every time they announce somebody in a new position, I'm like, no, you're not allowed to be grooming that person for CEO. No.
I feel like they have a couple they're probably like,
oh, I'm sure.
Tossing between.
Honestly, I think Bob Iger knows who he wants.
Oh,
just
probably.
period.
Do you think he's told the person?
No.
Been like, okay, buddy,
No.
buddy.
I don't know. I would imagine that he wouldn't have told them, but would be spending more time with them than he did in the past. So it could be that the person knows that it's a potential.
Right. Yeah, but there could be a few of those being like, "Ooh,
right,
could be me." Oh, could be me.
Be nice.
That's all I had.
Disney Lorcana leaked.
Oh yeah.
So
Danger.
if you guys didn't know, Disney Lorcana is the new trading card game. Disney is stepping into the trading card game circle, going head to head against games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and of course Magic the Gathering. I think they're off to a very good start because they are using, is it Ravensburger is the developer, and Ravensburger has been responsible for very well done trading card games in the past. So they've kind of teased a few things before, but this time they've actually leaked a lot of information. It will be you'll have a 60 card deck, which is very typical, with a 7 card hand. The goal will be to earn 20 lore.
Ooh, Callie loves lore.
You gotta get the lore in order to win this game. So you're gonna be an Illumineer using magic ink. And so based on what they're saying is that you can build a deck of 60 cards with up to 2 different inks. It sounds like you're gonna have different inks are gonna be like your different types. So whereas Pokemon, you have like grass types, water types, fighting types, etc., and you can mix and match them however you choose. It sounds like Disney's going to have different types based off inks, and you can mix and match them up to 2 ink styles in one deck. Ink is your mana, basically. So like in other card games, you have to build mana in order to play your high characters. In this, you have to have enough ink in your inkwell by discarding cards to play your higher leveled ink characters. They go on quests to earn, etc. What's exciting is we know that there are card decks coming. We know that there are playmats coming, which I need immediately. They have a very pretty Steamboat Willie one that I need.
Yes.
I they have card portfolios that you're going to be able to put your card collection in, and they have card sleeves. I'm not as excited about the card sleeves. I don't like card sleeves ever that come with the cards that you are buying. I always, especially if you're collecting the cards or using them for play, I always recommend, third-party cards. What do we use? Like dragon sleeves is what we always used for Pokemon, I think. They were just very high quality. Like Pokemon card sleeves tend to bend your cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not recommend using the card sleeves that are going to come with this, but they're pretty. So collecting them is going to be very, very fun. I will also be playing the game, but Cozy will be collecting.
I mean, maybe I'll learn to play, but I'm definitely going to collect them all. And is there like shiny ones too?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Holographic? This is a rare
more
card.
Dangerous. It's cool. So they're going to be putting out pre-built decks. So if you don't want to go through the strategy of learning enough of the card game and the meta, the brand new meta of the brand new card game, in order to build a deck, you can use their pre-built decks to immediately start. I don't know. Do you call it battles?
Yeah.
I'm used to Pokemon. I'm very used to the Pokemon card game.
Disney
All of my knowledge is based there.
Battles.
So you can use it for battles for that. If this turns into competitive, if I get to go to like a competitive Lorcana card tournament, that's it.
Okay, I'm learning how to play the game for when that happens because I am here for it.
It'll be better too because it's not so like I'm allowed to say this because I have been to these Pokemon competitive card tournaments are god awful. They're so bad. It is. I don't use a lot of hand sanitizer. I douse my hands in hand sanitizer the entire time.
Ugh.
It's bad. It's bad. I hate them so much. At least with a competitive Disney card game, I feel like I'm going to get the mix of like card people and then Disney adults.
Yeah.
And the Disney adults will bring the level of the tournament up.
Yeah.
And I need that.
I'm you know what? Yes, I am going to learn how to play this game.
Good. We'll do it over Discord. We'll put our cameras down on our cards and we'll just play each other that way.
Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
We've got it figured out. So Lorcana looks super, super cool. So it's still set to come out August 18th or 23rd. Those are the two dates I have in my head. It's like one or the other.
Have you seen that they have like 10 cards leaked?
Mm-hmm.
They look so cool.
It's going to be really neat. I'm very excited for this.
Oh, it'd be great.
And the last two things that I had, just some Lego Disney 100 things. There's a Duplo Lego Disney 100 castle for little ones, or not for little ones. It's available in Disneyland. That looks really cool. So they have, like, I have the Disney castle that I've built, not the big one, the little or one that they have in stock currently. That one's really fun. Aiden was super into it. So if I ever find this one, like, I might buy it and let him build it on his own because I know he'd think that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the pieces aren't as small as the standard one because they're a Duplo set. And then also there is an Up House Disney 100 set, which sold out, I guess, like immediately in the first set. So now these are up for a limited pre-order. So if you want it and you haven't gotten it yet, it is a limited time pre-order. They fully expect them to sell out again. Gobble it up while you can.
So are you telling me to buy it?
Yes.
Darn.
Tell Mark it's okay. I said it's okay.
Shh, it's okay.
So yeah, that's all I had. I was really excited about the Lorcana stuff.
Yeah, that's Oh, I'm glad it's not yet because I need some time to prepare. You know?
You're gonna have to stop buying some spirit jerseys and wall art. You're gonna have to save up for it.
Well, right now it's lounge flies. I've never had a lounge fly before, and now I have some over there in a box.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Actually, those are the only ones I wanted, though. I don't really like. I don't think I'll be a lounge fly collector.
It's hard.
There are people who do, and they are so much money, and they have so many of them lounge flies.
Yeah. It's why when you sent me one before, and it was like, what was it, the limited edition one that was coming out, and you're like, oh my God, look at this one. And it was like an $80 lounge fly. I was like, I know. Mm-mm. Nope.
I definitely don't have that one in a box. Right over there.
I think I have a lot of Loungefly wallets because I like the wallets. They're very cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have one Loungefly bag, and it is a Mandalorian bag that I got last time we were in the parks. And it works
cool.
great for, like, it worked awesome as a diaper bag as Aiden got older because I only needed like a handful of diapers and a thing of wipes, and that was it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was toting around baby stuff all the time. So it fit everything I needed, still small because I hate big purses. So that was perfect.
Oh, you can
They're
get
dangerous though.
the Lego Up House on Amazon.
For a premium, but yes.
It's not. Well, on my Amazon, it's the same price as the Lego store.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But it ships in 1 to 2 months. So
Because it's somebody pre-selling what they think they've pre-ordered.
that was from the Lego store. Anyways, I digress. Very exciting.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us on our updates today. I honestly walked into this thinking it was going to be a quickie podcast, but here we are.
So did I.
One of our longer episodes, actually. I told you that's how many updates there were this week. There was a lot going on. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. We really appreciate it. Again, as a reminder, there will be no podcast next week. We will return to your normal podcast schedule the following week, which would be the 26th of April, that Wednesday. So you guys will probably have an episode up on that Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Thank you again for hanging out. We appreciate it. We've gotten a lot of love recently on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We love to see it. We love being able to interact with you guys. So please hit us up there if you want to chat. We're always down for some interaction. If you guys have questions or anything that you want to hear us talk about, let us know so we can get it into an upcoming episode for you.
Yes.
And until next time, thank you so much for hanging out. And we hope that you stick around and get tangled up in Disney with us.
Bye.
Bye.